So you're thinking about buying a house in the Lake Travis area, but you want to know, where even is the Lake Travis area? What is the Lake Travis area? What am I even talking about? Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in today's video. We're going to be jumping right into the Google Maps. I'm going to show you exactly what Lake Travis and the Lake Travis area is and all the different subdivisions and neighborhoods inside of the Lake Travis area so you can be better knowledge when buying a house in the Lake Travis area. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Austin, Texas, make sure you subscribe and click the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current Austin market. My name is Blake. I'm with the Living in Austin, Texas team. We get calls every single day from people just like you thinking about making the move to Austin, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, don't hesitate to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We'd love to help you make a smooth move down to Austin. Now let's jump right into it. So we're gonna jump right into it in the Google map. So above view of downtown Austin, Lake Travis and the Lakeway, Bee Cave, Hudson Bend, Briarcliff, that area is gonna be west of Austin. And why am I calling it the Lake Travis area? Well, obviously it's around Lake Travis. And two, they all feed into Lake Travis ISD. So I know it sounds crazy. Let me get my pen out. So really when you get up to the Lake Travis area, right at the beginning of 71, or if you're coming up from Bee Cave Road, right when you go really by the Galleria is where it starts. But anyways, or where you hit Lake Point. If you haven't seen my Bee Cave video, make sure you check that out. We cover Lake Point in Bee Cave in my Bee Cave video. So yes, you start right at that Lake Point area. Now it borders this side of the Colorado River, also known as Lake Austin. So this whole side of Lake Austin, we're going up. This is Hudson Bend. Right over here where my pen is right now, that is the dam. So that is the dam by Hudson Bend, up all through Hudson Bend. Now on only this south part of Lake Travis. So everything I'm covering around here and up through Briarcliff. This, and then all the way down to Hamilton Pool, almost to Dripping Springs, if you're familiar with that, down Hamilton Pool and back to the Galleria. This entire area is the Lake Travis area. Is that insane? Let's start off with, the location. So this whole area, like I said, feeds into Lake Travis ISD. So when you get up here, you'll get to Bee Cave, you'll get to the Hill Country Galleria. Again, if you haven't seen my Bee Cave video, make sure you check it out. We go into further depths, but when you're coming up 71, you'll go right by the Galleria. So the Galleria, if you're not familiar, is this shopping center. It's outdoors. They have a movie theater, Whole Foods. They've got, your Dick's. You've got a bunch of little boutiques. Then on this side, you've got the Best Buy, you've got Lowe's, you've got, some restaurants all throughout here. And so that is all of the Galleria. It's mainly, I don't want to say you're downtown, but there really isn't a mini downtown if you're coming from, a little town that has one of those. We don't really have one. It's the Galleria. So the Galleria is where you're going to want, and of course HEB, grocery store, if you're not familiar with that. So that is going to be coming up 71, or if you're coming up Bee Cave, you'll hit it right over here. They also have the Sonesta, great hotel if you've got some family in town. Anyways, Lake Point, like I said, fantastic. Lake access right to Lake Austin. That is one of the few areas in the Lake Travis area that you actually have access to Lake Austin. Most of the time when I'm talking about lake access, I'm talking about Lake Travis. So let's talk about how far away are we from downtown. Well, let's put in the Galleria, and it's gonna vary a little bit. So if you live in Bee Cave, going down to downtown, that's gonna be, let's check it out right now, maybe about 20 minutes, 25 minutes at most. Let's see, 24 minutes, boom. However, if you say you live in Lakeway, it can be a different story. So the reason I'm saying that is 620 and 71 you're gonna be your main two roads. That means pretty much everything is off of 620 and 71. All these different areas and subdivisions, some of them interconnect, but other times they don't. And so they're landlocked. And so if you're living in Old Lakeway, for example, it's gonna be a quite the drive. You have to get out of Old Lakeway, go slowly down Lakeway Boulevard, which is only 35 miles an hour, or 30 miles an hour rather. 620 is 50 miles an hour. So you're going slowly, and it can really add to your destination, to your time. Okay, let's go. I don't think they even, Old Lakeway is not really technically the term. People just call that. Let's just put an address in Old Lakeway. Okay, so for example, here, 29 minutes. Oh, okay, so it's an extra 5 minutes, but it's also, I'm filming this late at night. It's 11 o'clock almost, or midnight. I don't even know what time it is. And so it does add, when there's more traffic, during the day, that makes it really more like 35 minutes. So it really adds like 10 minutes. Sometimes if you're back over here, 15 minutes. So that's something to keep in mind if you do got to get downtown, or same thing to the airport. The airport is just a little farther east. Let's do instead to the airport. Let's see. 30 minutes, not too bad today. Well, again, it's late. It's late, but let's go from Hill Country Galleria. And boom, 25 minutes. All right, so same sort of deal. The airport and downtown Austin are pretty much the same distance away. So anyways, let's get back into things. Let's pretend we're going up 71. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're gonna be seeing. So we went past the Galleria. Now at this fork, you're gonna go up to 620, or you're gonna continue on towards 71. So let's go up to 620 real quick. We'll go up 620 and then we'll come back down. So to the left of us, well, at these crossroads is Bee Cave Parkway. When you make a left down here, you will go to the Bee Cave City Central Park, and then you also hit Hill Country and Door, which I've mentioned both of those in my other videos. Anyways, the Bee Cave City Park is pretty much your outdoor part, playground, basketball courts, that sort of thing. But what's great is in between HCI and the city park, right here, they're making this outdoor amphitheater that's gonna be big, like I think 20,000 people big. That's gonna be fantastic when it's complete in 2025. So I'm quite excited for that. That's gonna be fantastic. Now we're gonna continue up 620. So of course you're gonna hit Chick-fil-A, you got your Home Depot, Target. And so, like I said, mainly all your restaurants, shopping, pretty much anything that is not your house is gonna be on 620. All of these are pretty much residential in here. There's some pockets of, a restaurant or two, but not really. But I did want to mention, we went right past it on 620. So there's all these new shopping centers opening up along this part of 620. If you go further up 620, it's so full already. Everything has been built up pretty much. But they've just opened up the strip malls in the past two-ish years, and there's still more being built. They just got a Viva 313. So if you're not familiar with the Viva 313, it's a Detroit-style pizza. It's real good. There's not a whole lot of good pizza in Austin, but Viva 313 is pretty good. So yeah, we went past that up on 620. So let's continue further up 620. We're going past Chick-fil-A, and now we're driving down 620. You're gonna see to the right of us is these green belts. So all here, you cannot build any homes. And so it's incredible views, and it just makes the geography just absolutely beautiful. You can just see for miles and miles and miles a beautiful place to live driving down every single day. So to the left of us, we just passed Falconhead. This is a community that has been around since the early 2000s. They've got a course on here that actually used to be a PGA course. But they've lost their designation. I'm not sure why. So that's Falconhead, also Falconhead West. Anyways, we keep going up 620. We're gonna get to Lake Travis High School. So Lake Travis High School is the only high school in the Lake Travis area. So all these areas feed into Lake Travis High School. That's why I'm covering the Lake Travis area, because more than likely you're interested in this area because of the school district, which it is very good. So Lake Travis High School It is a good school. It has fallen a little bit in the greater schools ranking, but it still is a good school academically and especially athletically. A lot of big powerhouse football school, a lot of big football names have came out of here, baseball, some basketball, so it's cool. Now there's on top of that, there's great extra activities, whether you're in band or a performance art center. They've got a box theater there. So that is all at Lake Travis. And then, like I said, the academics are outstanding. 90 or 95% of students end up going to college. So if that's what you want your kids to do, then that's the place to send them. Now, across from there, we've got Alta Vista. That's another subdivision, gated community. It's nice. You've got gorgeous views, like I said, looking down to this ridge. Now, next to the high school, we've got the hospital, the Baylor Scott and White Hospital. Now, this is a pretty good hospital. Hopefully you don't have to go over there, but it is right in your backyard, so you're 2 minutes away. Now we're gonna pass by P. Terry's. This is across the street from Lake Travis High School. This is a really affordable fast food chain for burgers. And then we'll keep on going up 620. You'll notice they're doing a lot of development around the medical campus. They're always adding something. So they're actually doing some construction right around here. I don't know what they're building, something, but we'll continue down. Now, this is where we'll get to Strip Mall, the Loman Shopping Center. We've got some restaurants, we've got some stores in here. Standard strip mall. Craigos over here to the right, that's a pretty good Italian restaurant over here. You got your Starbucks, of course, always a line over there. Randall's, if you're not interested in going to H-E-B, well, Randall's is your spot, though it is a little bit more expensive. However, no one's usually there, so you can always get right in there. Now, this is our second H-E-B, so this is the Lakeway H-E-B. It's a little newer, it's nice, pretty, newish, like 7-ish years, I guess. But it's big gas station up there. Now, over here, this is a pretty new development. It's a shopping center. They've got all these great restaurants, Vivelle Crepes and Coffee. That's fantastic. Not just crepes, they've got great Mediterranean food, sandwiches, burgers. We got sushi as well. Torchy's Tacos is right over here as well. So these are mainly restaurants, a little bit of shopping, some, Orange Theory and whatnot. But that is so far up 620. Now, if we wanted to go down Loman's Crossing, instead of going down further 620, we're gonna get to the Hills neighborhood. So if you've heard of the Hills, it's a gated community. They actually have a guard at this one, so it's a little bit more security than some of these other ones. They've got a golf course there, community. A lot of these are golf cart communities, but especially in the Hills. And it's just a nice, a lot of nice homes over here. Now, let's continue up 620. To the right of us, we have the Preserve. The Preserve is right here. So this is one of the neighborhoods we toured in my Lakeway video. So if you haven't seen the Lakeway video, that's a great in-depth of the Lakeway area. So we did see a house over here in the Preserve, another subdivision, nice. Now on this side, we've got High Five. High Five is a arcade. They've got bowling. They've got, of course, the arcade, all these. They might even have laser tag there. I'm not sure. I've not been in a minute, but they have a lot of things to do. So, of course, if you've got those kids, well, you'll definitely be at a High Five for those birthday parties. Now we'll continue up 620. This is where we're gonna get into Lakeway Boulevard. If you make a left down Lakeway Boulevard, you're gonna head towards Old Lakeway. And when I talk about Old Lakeway is really what Lakeway started out to be. It's just a lake town with mainly people who had second homes or maybe retirees. And so most of the homes were built in the 70s, 80s, 60s, 60s, 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s. But there's a lot of new pockets of new spec homes that have been built and torn down here. So it's nice pretty much all along the lake over here. So we've got some gorgeous views depending on where you're living in Old Lakeway of either beautiful geography or the Lake Travis. Now, one thing to keep in mind, Lake Travis is going to look a little different these days. The water is very low. It's still fine to take your boat on. It's, no issues. There's still plenty of action out on the lake. However, it's just that it looks a little dried out, but hopefully we get some rain and, we'll get that all sorted up. But we also have the Lakeway City Park, which is it's similar to the Bee Cave City Park. Your playground, dog park, that sort of thing. You can drop your kayak in. And then all along Lake Travis, of course, we're gonna have marinas that you can either get a boat slip at, or you can be part of a boat club, which you can just rent the boat, or it's kind of like a timeshare, so it's pretty nice if you just want to, dip your feet in, if owning a boat or, being a boat owner is the right thing for you. People say the best day of their life is when they bought the boat, and the second best day is when they sold their boat. So that's something to keep in mind. If maybe boat sounds like a good idea, but it's a lot of maintenance to keep up in mind. Now, let's continue up 620. So over here right past the Lakeway Boulevard, we've got another great strip center that has a fantastic Brazilian restaurant that I'm a big fan. They've got Firehouse Subs, they've got Finley's Barbershop over here, so another place I'm sure you're going to be stopping by. Now, of course, all these places along here, we've got the veterinarian, we've got your doctor, maybe your dentist, orthodontist. They're all going to be pretty much along 620, like I said. Now we're going to get up Lexus of Lakeway. We really only have one dealership. We just opened the second dealership over here in the Lake Travis area, but this is the first. There's not a whole lot of dealerships around here, which, I don't know, I find that somewhat kind of nice. There's not all these dealership signs and whatnot, but anyways, we'll get up to Lake Travis Elementary School. Now this is one of 7 elementary schools here in the Lake Travis area. So they're all, we're just covering pretty much Lakeway right now, but I mean, we've got elementary centers in Rough Hollow and up closer towards Spicewood. So if you live over here, you're not having to take your kid all the way to, Lake Travis Elementary. Now, another thing to note is we have 3 middle schools. So we're coming up to our first one. This is in Hudson Bend. Hudson Bend Middle School is right here. And these all feed into Lake Travis High School. So you can see on the map of where the zoning often changes for what subdivisions go into different middle schools. And there's a lot of, new elementary schools and new middle schools being built. So there's always changes being made. Now, as you continue up 620, there's just more restaurants, bars, and shopping, and all along 620. Costa Bella Vineyard, all these neighborhoods right here, all of the homes in there are at least $2 million. So it gets quite expensive in some of these areas. Now, we'll continue up 620 to Hudson Bend. Hudson Bend, of course, still part of Lake Travis area. They've got some Emerald Point Marina. They've got some good bands sometimes that play over there. And then there's all sorts of, pretty much all of Hudson Bend really is more established in terms of homes are built. There's no really new subdivisions over here. It's more an established area where these homes were built in anywhere from, the 2000s to the 1970s really. So that's quite the area over there. Now at the dam, this is where you're going to get over to a different part of town that we're not covering. This on this side feeds into Vandergrift High School. It goes into Leander ISD on this side of the bridge. So we're going to stay over here. Now on this side is Apache Shores. This area is insane geography. The roads twist and turn, the elevation goes up and down. Now a lot of these homes are not the nicest per se. It's definitely probably one of the most affordable areas over here, but there's you can find some great lots and build your own custom home if that's what you're looking for. And then you do have access to Lake Austin over here. So this is one of the other communities that does have access to Lake Austin. Now let's go back over to Lakeway. We went up 620 pretty much the whole way. Let's go back up to 70. Let's go back down to the Galleria and go up 71. So we're going up 71. Instead of going right to 620, we're gonna keep going down 71. So over here, we've got the Field of Dreams. This is a ton of baseball fields. So if you got kids playing baseball, this is where practice most likely will be. To right past that, we've got we've got Spanish Oaks, which is a fantastic, or right before that, we've got Spanish Oaks, which is a real expensive subdivision as well. Like I said, they've got a golf course in there, country club. It gets pretty pricey over there. A lot of celebs have lived over there too, which is cool. They also have a guard in this community too. So if that's what you're looking for, well, that's the place you should be at. Now, once we get up to 71, we're gonna come to Hamilton Pool Road. So Bee Cave Parkway, remember Bee Cave Parkway? We went past HCI and the new amphitheater being built. Well, if you continue down Bee Cave Parkway, it connects to 71. And so at the 71 mark, it turns into Hamilton Pool Road. And so down Hamilton Pool Road has been this 2-lane road for the past forever. And they're actually just widening it now, because it used to be, you know, not a whole lot of action down Hamilton Pool. You used to be able to drive down Hamilton Pool and get all the way down to 71, which is about 7 miles, and not even see one car. Now, my God, it's backed up in traffic. Imagine 2 lanes and you've got all these different subdivisions getting onto a 2-lane road, and everyone's trying to get back to 71 or 620. So there's only one road. So that's kind of not the best part about living over here. However, it's going to be nice. They have this road, Vale Divide, which they're extending to Hamilton Pool, which should ease up some of the traffic. So then you can let some people go left to 71 up here, or they can go through Falcon Head West, and Falcon Head West connects to Falcon Head, that connects you to 620. So instead of everyone driving down Hamilton Pool to 620 to take their child to Lake Travis, instead the route would be through here, and it just eases up traffic is what I'm trying to say. But like I said, let's get back down to Hamilton Pool. If you go down Hamilton Pool, we've got a little bit of restaurants. There's like 1 or 2. There's not a whole lot. It's pretty underdeveloped right now. We do have just mainly communities of homes along here. They just put in a fire station over here, a couple gas stations, but there's not a whole lot. But that is over here is going to be more your, not to say country part, but if you're looking to buy some acreage off of Hamilton Pool, you might be able to find some of that. Or there's some of these subdivisions like Belvedere, for example. Again, it's going to be expensive, gated community. However, all of these lots are 2, sometimes 3 acres. So if you want a couple more acres than what you're getting in some of these tight little subdivisions, well, that should be an area what you want to look at. Now let's continue back to 71. Let's finish it up real quick so I can let you guys go. So we'll go up to 71, and there's more and more shopping and restaurants, and another dealership actually just opened up over here. So there's more things coming along 71, but it's definitely not as developed as 620 is. There's still new construction available over here in Sweetwater. So if that's what you're looking for, well, perfect. This is where you should check out. Now, Lake Travis Middle School, we got over here, has incredible views of the hill country. So if you anything west of Austin, pretty much from here onwards starts the hill country. So it gets, like I said, absolutely beautiful geography. Now we continue up 71. Still, there's not a whole lot, like we have Sweetwater, we have West Cypress Hills, and then there's not a whole lot. However, if we turn at Lake Travis Middle School, we'll go down Bee Creek Road. And Bee Creek enters into Rough Hollow. This is, again, another master plan community. It's one of the newer ones. They still have some new construction available, not as much as Sweetwater, but they do have it available. They have got their own marina. They've got their multiple swimming pools throughout here. They've got their own restaurant over there, tennis courts throughout. So Rough Hollow is a pretty nice community. It's huge too. And then it also connects to Old Lakeway. So you can either enter in Rough Hollow over here, or you can enter it through 71. And over here, I'll mention it real quickly. We've got the Lakeway Swim Center. So if you're in Lakeway, it's a little water park. They've got a slide and splash pad, and they've got lap pool if you want to swim some laps over there, which is a nice skate park as well. Anyways, we'll continue on to 71. So that pretty much is Rough Hollow. Again, I covered it in my Lakeway video, so if you haven't seen it, well, I go into further depths about Rough Hollow in that video. We'll continue up 71. Like I said, not a whole lot to do. There's not a whole lot over here. This whole area is still Lake Travis, Beat Creek. Over here, you're gonna find little pockets of maybe new developments, but mostly people who still own some acreage, who haven't sold, and so you're gonna more ranches, I would say, over here, more country like I was saying down Hamilton Pool. Now up 71, we will go right up. We passed it. Nope, right here. So over here, Paleface. Well, not Paleface. So if you make it right down here, we will get to Pace Bend Park. So Pace Bend Park is really nice. You've got this, think of like a big, not a national park, but a state park. And so they've got, access it's surrounded by Lake Travis. They've got this, they call it acid rock, where you can jump off these 50-foot cliffs. So if you're that adventurous type, well, this is the place to be. It's not that scary, except the water is kind of low now. So now maybe it's 60 feet, but still, it's fun. It's fun. You jump off and then you climb back up the rocks and jump again. Anyways, so that is right off of 71. And then this last community up here, this is Briarcliff. They've got their own restaurant up here, but this is an older community. There's still homes. There's some homes that are new, brand new, and some of them have been around since the 70s. So that's a nice community up here. And then Paleface Ranch will be our last one. Paleface Ranch is one of the last neighborhoods that, when you buy over here, you can buy, 5-6 acres and 5-6 acres around that area, plus your home. So if you want that more space to spread out, that Texas ranch feel, maybe you want a couple, cows or some longhorn, well, Paleface Ranch might be the opportunity. It's gated as well. And then pretty much everything past right around here starts into Marble Falls. So it goes from, Spicewood to Marble Falls to Horseshoe Bay, and that pretty much covers the Lake Travis area. Now, on this side of Lake Travis, this Lago Vista, what is that we're talking about? Well, that is a separate community on the other side. So it may seem close, however, this whole area takes about at least an hour to get to. And why is that? Well, there's no bridge going over Lake Travis. Unfortunately, I wish there was, maybe one day. So if you want to get over to Lago Vista, you got to go up 620, all past over the dam, up past Steiner Ranch, make a left on 2222, go to Jonestown, Valente, windy. It's a gorgeous road. It's a beautiful drive, but finally you get to Jonestown and then you can come south to Lago Vista, and my God, it takes a long time to get over there. So, it's a completely different area, completely different school district. It looks a lot different too. It's more how Lake Travis was maybe 20 years ago. It's less developed. There's not as many people out there. There's a lot of lots available to build your own custom home. So if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely check out over here. One thing to keep in mind though, it is a longer drive if you got to go downtown or the airport than it is from Lakeway. But anyways, that's a separate video. So like I said, this is pretty much all of the Lake Travis area. I hope you were able to get an idea of what is around here. If you haven't checked out my bee cave or my Lakeway videos, make sure you do. And with that being said, we'll wrap it up, and hopefully we will see you here in Austin, but if not, we'll catch you in the next video.